Costa Rica and what to pack for Costa Rica. You're probably looking for information about it, and I will share you my 10 best tips. And you actually heard my neighbor, my neighbors are horses. Welcome to my life in Costa Rica. So I really made you a list to not be all over the place. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, the Sunshine Family, do it right now by clicking the link in the description below to get an update every time I upload a new video, so you can learn more about, you know, what's going on in Costa Rica, tips, tricks, everything that I've learned along my way. I moved here a year ago with my husband Dirk and the 2 kids, and I'm sharing everything that I have learned. So let's dive right into it. My first tip, what to pack for Costa Rica. And by the way, these tips you can apply as a tourist, but also especially as an expat. And people are likely to always overpack their bag. So don't forget these 10 items. My first item is, funny enough, most people, I didn't even knew them, 5-finger shoes. Perhaps you think they look weird. They actually do, but these are the most comfortable shoes that I ever wore in the airplane. And if you buy 5-finger shoes, I have the brand Vibram. You can order them online. If you use the version that have a very good profile, so it protects you from walking on slippery ground, but also the items that can bear being wet, buy them. It's an incredible investment. It saved my butt a lot of times while hiking, while walking through rivers, by just, traveling. I just recommend them to you, and they are not easy for sale in Costa Rica, and if they are, they're pretty expensive. So that was my very first tip, number 1. And my tip number 2 is a phone bag that you can literally seal. So we're heading to a rainy season right now. It's almost October, and I tell you, you don't need actually that much, but this is not a luxury product if your cell phone, which I'm recording this video with, is valuable to you. So when I'm walking with the dogs, for example, I go to the beach and I'm not sure if it's about to rain, I always bring this. Actually, I always bring this. It's super light. It fits everywhere, and you can protect your valuable item for heavy rain. And trust me, heavy rain will always will always break down your phone. So have this, okay? I don't know the name. I actually paid $1 for it, so you don't have to just leave it because of the expense. Tip number 3 is good sunglasses. Perhaps it sounds weird that you think, sunglasses, I always bring sunglasses, but bring an extra set. Why? Because here in Costa Rica, in my village here, I don't know if they're very officially protecting you. I don't wanna hurt my eyes. I don't want to ruin my eyes. I always have an extra set of sunglasses. The sun is super bright here, and it's a small item, so it always fits in your bag. At the end of this video, I will tell you my most favorite list of 5 of stuff not to bring because it's heavy, it's large, it takes a lot of space, and you can buy it easily here. So stick to the end, okay, for that list. So tip number 5. Perhaps it sounds funny, but as an expat or a tourist going long-term to Costa Rica, I would bring an extra smartphone. Just because if you do a lot of things with your smartphone, like I do, I run my business with my smartphone, like 80%. If it breaks down, a smartphone, an iPhone, is not easy to buy here. And they're way more expensive than in the United States or in Europe. So I just recommend you, especially if you do a business online, like myself, if you work remotely, you do a lot with photography and stuff, take an extra smartphone and just have it always there, and you can just transfer your SIM card to another phone, to your new phone, if something happens with the old one. Don't forget to make a backup. So tip number 6 is, and Dirk always laughed about that, I still have to buy it, but I wish I had a good Gore-Tex rain jacket. We didn't bring it because it took so much space, and they're not, it is a specific budget that you have to reserve for it, right? They're not cheap, so to say. But what's cheap, what's expensive? In the rainy season, trust me, when you do not have a car and you rent an ATV or a motorbike, or you go from A to B, or you go like on a fishing boat to watch whales or whatever, like the normal rain suits that you can buy here, you're gonna sweat so much, or they're gonna leak, you're gonna be soaked wet inside. So I would invest in a good Gore-Tex raincoat that keeps you warm. Especially, it's about feeling warm, right? Because of course it's always tropical here, but if the rain starts to fall and it falls and you're not drying up, or it just hits your skin just like this, you're getting cold anyways, no matter, it's always tropical here. So a good Gore-Tex rain suit is what I would invest in and would bring. Okay, so if you're an expat like myself and you bring your dogs, or you're planning to adopt dogs like we did, I would definitely bring, that's my tip number 7, flea pills. But you have to be careful about the date. Oh, there's a horse standing here right now. It's the horse of my daughter. So if you hear noises of horses, Faru is standing here because she's walking in. This is so funny. Let me show it to you. Hey Faru. I'm not sure if you're seeing it. It's behind the palm trees. I think she's going inside, getting something to drink. Flea pills for cats or dogs, they're pretty expensive here. So save yourself to spend too much, but check the date because they expire. You cannot buy like flea pills for the next coming 5 years, but check the date until they expire. Calculate how much weight your dog or cat is and just take a couple of packages, and it will definitely save you couple of $100, right? So on every pill or on every set of pills that you need, depending on how many dogs you have. We have just 2, but I tell you, they're pretty expensive here because it's just, I don't know, because of the area that we live quite isolated, so everything is way more expensive. By the way, I live at the Peninsula de Nicoya area, Santa Teresa, if you were wondering about that. So let's get going. By the way, if you like my content so far, just give me your thumbs up, give me a comment, give me a like. I totally would appreciate it. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel of the Sunshine Family to get updated every time we add a new video, and you want to get a notification, hit the bell icon as well, and you're set, right? And I will do my best to provide value that people are asking for. And I can just only share with you what I've learned, but I do it with love and with pleasure. So tip number 9, that is actually bringing a power bank. A power bank is very important because the electricity drops a lot of times here, and if your smartphone is not loaded, it's easy to just be able to use your smartphone for, I don't know, editing pictures or whatsoever. So a power bank is always handy. Also, I use my smartphone a lot when the electricity is off to just use the flashlight on my phone. So, oh, careful, approach easy. So the kids are checking out. You know what? I want you to see this, because this is also live in Costa Rica. This is my oldest daughter, Sam, and my youngest, Nick, on the left, on your side on the left, and his friend Rosie. And this is the horse that Sam is leasing, and we live next to the horses. So this is a raw video. Welcome to my life. Oh, they're going to have go with her. Have a walk.
Yeah, they're coming.
Come, go.
Well, we gotta
Go.
walk
Yeah.
the horse. Yeah,
So they're walking the horse. You know what? I'm gonna stand like here. Here. It's a bit sunny though. That's why I was standing in the shade. But I don't have my sunglasses here. What's going on? Okay, whatever. So welcome to my life again. So the power bank is tip number 9. So you can always reload your device. We even have a big, strong, heavy power bank that we can how do you say that, give energy to also tons of laptops and stuff. We have a heavy one because we run an online business and we're depending on our devices. So it's always good to know, right? But check out what is necessary for you. Also, I have a very tiny power bank that just fits in your back pocket, and it can recharge or reload. Oop, I'm gonna stand back here again. A phone one time, which is probably enough for you or for everyone. So, tip number 10 is, if you're going to, I lost count, if you're going to move to Costa Rica and you like to work out, sneakers, good quality sneakers, are quite expensive here. Like Nikes, if you're fond of Nikes like I am, and this is not like a commercial or something, but I just like Nike, it's pretty expensive here. So I would bring your favorite sneakers, okay? And then my final tip, and that's not something that you really pack, but I want you truly to promise me and yourself to arrange it, is health insurance. Have your health insurance arranged, double checked, especially when you're going to move to Costa Rica. Have your expat insurance. You can start with an expat insurance. Check it out online, what's appropriate for your country. I am from the Netherlands. I have a very good Dutch expat insurance. Reply to me if you want to hear more about it. If you're from the Netherlands, it's only for people from the Netherlands or Dutch people who have a Dutch employee in Costa Rica. A Dutch boss in Costa Rica if you are an employee in Costa Rica. But for most people this will be not fitting your situation, but there are lots of good expat insurances. But as a tourist, just have your travel insurance in place and be sure that's covered everything. Like if you're gonna do zip lining and surfing and horseback riding and I don't know, kayaking and dangerous stuff, just higher risk stuff, have it in place. You never know, there are snakes and scorpions and spiders here. Not that you're gonna die in Costa Rica, but you can be too careful, right? An accident can be around the corner. So that was about the 10 things that you probably haven't thought about, or if you haven't, now you know. And these are the 5 tips to wrap this video up with that you probably are thinking to pack, which I recommend you to leave home because it saves you a lot of heavy lifting, and you can buy it here anyways, everywhere, even on the airport. And that is, so if you're narrow in space to pack, leave this home and get it in Costa Rica. Flip-flops, you can buy them in every supermarket here, the Havaianas, for a couple of dollars. Sunblock, you can buy it everywhere. It's always a hustle. You have to do it you can't carry it in your hand luggage, or if you're traveling with hand luggage, you cannot take all the fluids. Just leave it home, buy it here. Mosquito stuff. That's something that I always pack with lots of bottles, but the best mosquito stuff that's working in the area that you're gonna visit, you can buy in the local supermarkets in general. So far, I've always bought it here. The DEET, the poison, I never use it ever again, nor are my kids, because once I missed some drops and it fell on the table, and there was like the whole polished layer of the table was burned away because of that mosquito stuff with DEET in it. Sorry, but do you want to spray that on your skin? I'm not ever doing that again. So check it out in the local supermarket. What do locals use? What do other tourists in the area use? And just use it yourself, right? A hat, something that I always carried when I was traveling with Dirk before we had kids, but also when we came here, I brought my own hat, which is crazy. It takes a lot of space. People are dropping their luggage on your hat in the cabins in the airplane, and it will break if it's like from sensitive stuff. Just, you can buy the most awesome hats here in Costa Rica in the supermarket, and just don't worry about it. Leave it home. And then I think that was about it. I hope this was helpful. Again, subscribe to the channel if you want to be updated about everything. And P.S., there are a lot of people looking for a way, if they start as a tourist and they want to live here, how do you earn, your income? What's the best way to work from Costa Rica as an expat or even as a tourist long term? It is possible, also without getting paid in colones in a job setting. I don't have a job, I'm an entrepreneur, and just go to the description of my video and check out what I posted there. I also post an example of, you know, a blueprint about what I do to make my living online, living remotely, work remotely in Costa Rica. I am just a normal mom coming from the Netherlands, here to provide you information. If you have any specific topic that you want me to cover on the channel, reply to this video, ask me questions, or just give me some ideas, and I will see if I can make a video about it if I know enough about it. So with that being said, have a wonderful day from the Peninsula de Nicoya. I am the area Cobano, Santa Teresa, Montezuma. You can look it up, and thank you for watching. This was Muriel from the Sunshine Family. Bye bye.